Good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. Cuts by Dre, New Styles Mobile Barber, back in the lab with a cut and a clipper review of the latest STYLECRAFT Flex trimmers. These babies right here. Hey, I picked these up this week. I've been using them for about a week right now, and I gotta tell you right now off the top, I love them. I'm an old school barber, so back in the day, you know, the T outliners, if y'all familiar with the Annie's T outliners, those were the go-to edges most of my career. You zero gap those. Those was the sharpest, finest cutting edges on the market for many years. And they were corded. You know, since everything changed over to cordless clippers. And I also like cordless clippers. I've also switched over to cordless clippers as well because I'm a fast barber. And cutting that cord increases your speed. You don't have to worry about your cords getting tangled up or getting in the way. So cordless clippers are pretty much the way everybody's going right now. And because of that, I've been out trying to find the best cordless clippers that I could find. And ran across these STYLECRAFTs, seen a few reviews on YouTube, and I was in the barber plug the other day and I seen them. And I said, hey, let me try these out. Let me see what they're talking about. I've been using my Gold FXs and my Boost FX trimmers, and they've been doing great. I love those. But when I got these, man, and I cut with them, I was like, wow. 30 years in the game, and I have never seen a trimmer cut as sharp as these. And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot because I didn't figure that, you know, you can't get but so sharp until you cut somebody. I say there's a certain amount or there's a certain distance you can bring that blade up until you start to cut the client. So you can't get but so sharp. So I thought, you know, pretty much I seen is about as sharp as they can get. The Gold FXs and the Boost FXs, the Babeless, they do an excellent job. But when I got these and I started cutting with my clients this past week, I was super impressed, man, of how fine and how sharp these clippers cut. Only knock I have about them, you know, I got to give you the good and the bad. The only knock I have about them is that the housing is cheap. It's plastic. You know, if you drop it, you know, I think, you know, it'll crack easily. The Babeless clippers are all metal chassis. And if you could put this blade on a Babeless clipper, man, I would definitely go for that. This is supposed to be a new FX, you know, Gold Titanium X Pro blade. Whatever that is, I don't know what it is, 7,500 RPM torque motor. I guess the two of those combined is what's making the difference in how sharp this is. I've even cut kids with it this week. Didn't cut them. The kids didn't flinch. I mean, excellent. As you can hear, it's pretty quiet. It's not a real loud clipper. Has a light sensor there. Lets you know if it's fully charged. I like that a lot. Has a USB charger on the back. You know, I don't know why you would need that, but has a USB charger, and you can plug it in the charger, or you can sit it right here in the charging dock. And it comes with two other color cases. You got a pink one and you got a black one. Now these cases are kind of cheap. You know, they're plastic, they're cheap. It came with the black one on it, and I like blue, so I put the blue one on it. And I got to tell you, the mold of this blue one didn't fit, wasn't correctly molded. I had to actually jam it in here, almost cracking it just to get it to fit. So that I didn't like, you know, a lot. I did get it to get on. I did get it on here, and I screwed it up tight so it wouldn't be making any noise. But I'm not a big fan of the housing and the build quality. But I'm going to use these for a while, and I'm going to see how long they last. You know, they are kind of slick. I will admit I dropped them once already because they slipped out of my hand, so I need to look for some type of grip that'll go over these. And I actually use gloves with that kind of got little grippers on them, and it still slipped out my hand. That's how slick these are. So hopefully I can find online something that I can put around it to grip it, you know, and that probably would solve that problem. Y'all go to Tomb 45 website and see if they got anything that wraps around here to keep these firm in your hand. But other than that, super impressed with these clippers. I'm gonna take them out on the floor today. I'm gonna let y'all see in this review right now. I'm gonna do a cut with them. So hey, right after this break, I'm gonna go out there on the floor and I'm gonna show you in action what these babies can do. All right, peace.
Number one of my class.
Out on the floor right now with my client. First time using these STYLECRAFT flex trimmers, and let me tell you, I'm super impressed with these, man. The line they putting on, man, crazy sharp. I've been in the game for 30 plus years and I thought I had the sharpest of the sharpest. I thought I'd seen it all. I didn't think you can come out with anything any sharper than what's already out there. But let me tell you, these clippers, I'm applying very little pressure. I'm actually scared to apply heavy pressure because I don't want to cut the client. They cut so sharp, I'm like, I got to be close to cutting the client to get this type of edge up. As you can see, my client, he's brown skin and his hair is brown. And he has a Caesar haircut, a low haircut. So that's very difficult to see the hairline. But even with these clippers, even with the length of the hair that he has, you can still see that hairline popping in. Like, wow, I'm really impressed with these, man. Really impressed, man. These will probably definitely be my number one clipper, man. My number one edger from here on out, if they hold up. If they hold up as far as wear and tear, if they can take the beating that, you know, a barber would put on them if you're cutting a lot of heads. But look, man, I'm working on this beard right now, barely tapping it. I sped the video up just a little bit, but let me tell you, you got to take your time with these clippers because they are very unforgiving. Like I said, man, you got to make sure that you don't cut nothing that you don't want to cut, man, because the minute you lay that down on the face, it's going to cut whatever it touches. So hey, be careful with them, learn them, play with them, style with them, and I think you'll love these clippers, man. As you can see, I'm shaping up his beard. Once again, cleaning them up on his face, and man, these things is locked in. These clippers are locked in, man. I'm mad impressed with them. Yo, I definitely recommend these STYLECRAFT flex trimmers. I heard the Sabres was just as good or even better. I might try them out, but right now I'm impressed with these, man. I'm doing the back of his neck now, barely tapping them. Once again, I'm afraid I'm gonna cut the customer, but I'm barely tapping them, and as you can see how that line is setting in. And the video is actually an understatement because in person, it's much sharper and much finer than the video can actually show. So I'm wrapping up this customer right now, cleaning them up. And hey, this right here is the finished product. That's the before, and that is the after. Hey, I want to give thanks out to my customer that came from Philly, my brother-in-law. Now I'm doing another client here, same clippers. I wanted to do a design with these clippers. I wanted to see how they would work on a design. Once again, I love them because they don't have a wide blade. They're perfect for design. So all you barbers out there that like to do designs, like to do special parts, hey, these are definitely the clippers to go with. I'm giving my customer here, my client, young man, a zigzag part. Kind of taking my time once again, man, because I'm scared that I'm going to hit something, cut something, and when you're doing parts, you know, customer got to be pretty still. My client here, he likes to talk a lot, so he was moving around a lot while I was cutting him. So you can see I'm holding his head kind of firm as well to try to keep his head still, because any slight movement with these clippers and they're cutting, it's no forgiveness at all. So as you can see, man, I'm barely tapping my man, going around putting this zigzag part in them. So I tell you guys out there, it's definitely in the designs. It's definitely, you know, like sharpness. This is definitely the clipper to get. I recommend it thoroughly. Like I said, I thought I seen it all, and maybe it's something out there even sharper than this. You know, now I'm a believer that you can get better. You can teach your old dog new tricks. Yeah, you can actually get better when you think you've already seen the best. So I'm still going around. This is my client here, giving them the kind of like a 3D kind of double part. And as you can see, man, doesn't take much effort at all, man. And one thing about shape ups and parts, the sharper they are, of course, the better they're going to look. If you have any kind of hair left behind, inside of the part, it's going to take away from the contrast. It's going to take away from that detail. So having a fine pair of detailing clippers like these sets your designs off, man. They really do. So, hey, this is my review on these STYLECRAFTs. I'm finishing my man up here with this part. I just wanted to show y'all how these cut. First time out here on the floor with them this week, and hey, no joke. I also have a mobile van that I cut in, and I don't like to take clippers back and forth between my van and the shop. I got a set of clippers in the shop, got a set of clippers in the van, so I don't have to be carrying stuff back and forth. I found myself this week actually taking these clippers back and forth, throwing them in my pocket and taking them in the van with me because I fell in love with the sharpness of the cut. So, hey, with that said, I might even have to cop me another pair, or I'm gonna have to get me a pair of sabers and test them out. But that was the finished product, y'all. Make sure you check me out. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Cuts by Dre, New Styles Mobile Barber. Thank you once again.